It took me 5 years after retirement to truly understand. When women reach a certain age, they must learn to hold their own umbrella. I want to share with you the story of my later years, the big picture of my life after retirement. Among all the stories and lessons I've learned, one person stands out the most and left a deep impression on me: Linda. Linda's story is the one that truly moved me and made me rethink what it means to be a woman at this stage in life. Linda was always a kind, selfless woman. She gave up her career, stepped away from her job, and went back home to care for her family. She dedicated herself to looking after her aging parents, her husband, and their 3 grandchildren. She was the backbone of her household. Yet in doing all this, she completely forgot one important thing. She forgot to love herself. She never held an umbrella for herself, shielding her own life from storms. It wasn't until her son caught her at the airport amid tears and goodbyes that he said something that changed everything for Linda. He looked at her and said, "Mom, you're not just the mother of Sam or Emily. You are Linda Thompson. You're a woman, not just a mom." That single sentence was like a splash of cold water, waking up many mothers who had lost themselves somewhere along the way. You see, once a woman gets married and has children, she often loses sight of herself. Her eyes and heart are consumed entirely by her kids and the spouse beside her. This is a reality I've observed in the 5 years since I retired, during which I've met and talked with hundreds of retired women across the country. There's an undeniable truth we all come to learn. Once a woman reaches a certain age, she must learn how to hold her own umbrella and stand strong for herself. 1. Keep moving, keep healthy. Physical health is everything. The famous writer and philosopher Joan Rivers once said, "Having a healthy body and a peaceful mind is the true definition of happiness." After the new year, I had a minor surgery. While waiting in the hospital corridor, I saw a woman quietly crying. Next to her, a man, likely her husband, was impatiently complaining, "It's just a small issue. Why do you have to stay in the hospital? You're so demanding." The woman only looked down, quietly sobbing. She said nothing in reply. I realized we're around the same age. Women at retirement age often face little health issues here and there. Some women ignore their symptoms because they don't want to bother their families. They endure quietly, and what started as a small problem turns into something bigger and harder to treat. Ladies, please don't think your body is made of iron. If you feel unwell, go to the doctor. If no one can accompany you, hire a patient advocate or a companion. There's no need to save your troubles only to become a burden later. Life is too short to ignore your health. Think about how many men we know. When their wife passes, they often remarry quickly. This is their right, but it's also a wake-up call for us. Keeping healthy and active is our most important investment. Don't hesitate to spend money on help if you don't want to do chores anymore. Hire a cleaning service for big house cleaning. Get some assistance with errands. Don't exhaust yourself. When you're feeling down, take that spontaneous trip you've always dreamed of. Go somewhere close to nature and breathe deeply. Let go of the bitterness and stress. In the end, the only person you can truly rely on is yourself. You are your own sanctuary in old age, your companion to the very end. 2. Read more books. It's the best makeup a woman can wear. One of the most affordable yet priceless beautifiers a woman can have is reading. Not fancy makeup or expensive skincare products, but books. The late Maya Angelou once said that the more a woman reads, the more her temperament and appearance transform. Not by magic, but because knowledge enriches her inner world. Oprah Winfrey has echoed this many times, saying that maintaining a curious and learning mindset is key to staying vibrant and attractive as you age. Books don't always immediately change your circumstances, but they absolutely shift how you view your life. I think about someone like Carol, a local woman in my town who sells fresh produce at the farmer's market during the day and spends her nights writing a blog about daily life and human stories. She works hard, but her reading gives her strength. Even when life throws mud on her shoes, she can clean it off and shine on. Even if you do the same routine day after day, reading makes your life richer, more nuanced. The years may leave marks on your face, but a woman who reads carries a unique glow. She is gentler with herself and the world. 3. Earn your own money and save it wisely. Money is often a taboo topic for women of a certain generation. But as the writer and humorist Irma Bombeck once said, many of life's problems come from lack of money. Money can solve a lot of life's difficulties, including giving you freedom. When you are young, you might have heard romantic promises like, I'll take care of the family, and you just keep looking beautiful. But after years of experience, we realize how unrealistic this is. True partnership requires more than promises. It requires shared responsibility. When a woman gives up her ability to earn her own money, she also gives away control over her life. Suddenly, she's under someone else's umbrella, sheltering from life's storms, but without holding the umbrella herself. Over these 5 years, I've witnessed how some marriages crumble after retirement because of disputes over pensions and money. I heard a man complaining at a restaurant once, with that tiny pension, you're still picky about the food. Economic independence gives a woman confidence and dignity. Having money in your pocket means you don't have to rely on anyone else's mood or approval. Having financial reserves lets you say no when you need to, gives you courage to resist unfair treatment, and grants you freedom to choose your own path. So not only should we learn to earn, but also to save. Fill that wallet so you can live well and with pride. 4. Cultivate a positive mindset. Facing the long years ahead can be daunting. The famous American author Eudora Welty once said, "Every woman has a place to rest, not in others, but in herself." No one else in this world will be more important to you than you. No one will give you the life you want except yourself. Learning to love yourself, to hold your own umbrella. Only then will you create the life you desire. At a certain age, the best state of a woman is to be both beautiful and strong, soft on the outside, but tough inside. Having a good mindset means you can weather life's hardships without losing your shine. My friend Marcy, a widow from Colorado, often says, no matter how bumpy life gets, you have to live it shining. Retirement often brings challenges. Menopause symptoms, children who still need help, aging parents to care for. But even when life gets tough, meet it with peace in your heart. Don't settle for merely getting by. Be a woman at peace with herself. Turn daily chores and complications into moments of joy. Shape your days exactly how you want them. Final thoughts. Love yourself first, always. Through a lifetime, no matter whether you have someone who loves you or not, the most important lesson is to learn how to love yourself. Gifts and kindness from others can be taken away in a heartbeat, but the love you give yourself is forever. Once you learn to hold your own umbrella, you won't fear life storms. You won't be trapped in endless cycles of cooking, cleaning, and caretaking for others while losing yourself. You will live boldly, authentically, and with courage. Thank you so much for listening today. I hope these reflections resonate with you and inspire you to take charge of your life. If you find this message helpful, please subscribe so I can be with you every day as we grow, find happiness, and gracefully age together. See you next time. Don't miss it.